Hello everybody, welcome to George Klein Photography. I got something in the post today. Can you tell I'm excited? If you follow me on Instagram, you'll actually have seen me picking this up. It's about 3 hours later, I've got home, I've cleared enough space to film this, and I don't want to wait any longer to unbox this thing. If you haven't heard of Shimoda, they are a relatively new brand. Their first line of bags, the Explore series, was launched in, I think, 2017. And those are really well reviewed bags. People like them a lot. Unfortunately for me, the design, the way they were sort of intended to be used, just didn't mesh with how I wanted to use my camera bags. But that's changed with this. There are a lot of updated features, which I will be talking about and try and point out as we go, that mean that this bag now, from looking online, I think might be close to perfect for what I need. The reason I'm getting this is to replace my now to be semi-retired Tenber Cooper 13 Slim. And there will be a review coming of the Tenber in the relatively near future, because it is actually a very good bag. And I will continue to use it on the occasions where I need a messenger bag, but through no fault of its own, it no longer meets my requirements for a camera bag. And so this is going to be my new everyday and particularly travel bag. The other thing you should know about these bags is Shimoda ran a very successful Kickstarter campaign for this Action X series. I missed that. About 3 days before I decided to replace my bag, that Kickstarter campaign ended. So I have paid full retail price for this, and sight unseen as well. This is quite early in the run of these, and I haven't actually seen them in physical stores yet, but Shimoda has a very good reputation, particularly from their Explore series, for having very well-built bags, and frankly that's the only reason I was willing to buy this sight unseen. So let's get down to the unboxing. I'll bring the camera a bit closer and let's have a look inside this box. Okay, let's get down to it. Packaging wise, it is a branded but otherwise fairly standard shipping box. You can see there's some marks on the side to say that it actually is the Action X30 starter kit, which should have the camera cube inside. I haven't opened this, but I have removed the shipping labels with my address on it, otherwise it's unopened. So, let's get down to it. Carefully remove the tape, because I don't actually want to cut this before I've even seen it. Okay. So, comes in a bag to protect it. Nothing else in that box. So, let's get out the bag and have a look. So, you can see this is a fairly sort of standard size rucksack. You've got a bit of nonsense marketing material there. Yeah, apparently fits a 15-inch laptop. I don't have a 15-inch laptop to test it with, but it's nice to know that it can handle one in the future. The outside is this ripstop nylon. It feels really good. It actually doesn't feel as rubbery as I think it looks. The bottom does feel a bit more rubbery. That's like an extra thick, heavy duty bit. Roll top at the top. You've got these two straps. These straps are actually kind of one of the defining features of Shimoda bags. They have these dual pockets on the front. I'll talk more about those in a minute. You've got your waist belt, which is just held on with some Velcro at the back. The splits in this are actually to go above and below your hip bone, just to give you a little bit of extra support. Now, let's have a look inside. this is a bit weird in that most bags with a rear entry open that way. This one opens that way. And the camera cube is already installed inside, which is nice to see. I'm going to take that out so I can have a better look at it. It fits really snugly inside the bag. There is an aluminium frame in both the bag and the camera cube, so they're both really stiff, which is nice for protecting your gear, but it does make them a little bit difficult to get out. There's no aluminium frame at the bottom, but on the sides and at the top there is that. There's the laptop sleeve, which is reasonably nicely padded. That's what it looks inside. You've got this sort of pouch that hangs down and which feels like it has additional stuff in it. So let's have a look at that next. So, roll top. Okay, no additional stuff, just a packing cushion to hold it steady while it's in transit. I think what I could see, and maybe think there's other stuff in here, was this mesh. There are a couple of mesh pockets on the inside of this liner, and the liner itself is actually removable if you don't want to use it, and you can just open this bag up so that it is one big void. But as you can see, there is a lot of space in there as is. It is not a small bag. So there's a little thing on the front of that roll top saying roll forward, close at the back. So I'm going to do that. So there we go. You can use that as a carrying handle, I guess, but there are actually carrying handles on the top and one side. And then there are straps on the side. The bottom one is made of, I think it's called TPU, which is this very hard-wearing, very grippy material. That's actually for carrying skis, from what I've seen. The top one is just normal nylon. And that's right. So on this side, yes, on this side there is an opening into the interior of the bag, and that matches up with a similar opening on the camera cube. And what that means is that you have access to your gear without opening up the whole back of the bag. Camera cube also comes with this fairly lightweight, thin, just covering, which I will probably end up using as a packing cube. The other side of the bag has another one of these doors which looks exactly the same, but in fact is not. It just opens up into a pocket to put whatever you may want. What both sides do have is these, which is, it can be used for water bottles, but it can also be used for tripods. And it is a nice sturdy nylon and mesh pouch, so you can strap stuff to the side of the bag, and that just tucks away into these side pockets. So it's nice and out of the way. As I said, these straps are quite distinctive to Shimoda. You've got a pocket on each. The one on the right strap is expandable, has a stretchy material, and I have seen, apparently, you can get a 750ml water bottle in there. I will be testing that with a 600ml one. And then you've got a phone pocket here, which is actually quite nicely padded, and of a decent-ish size. Okay, rings on both sides to feed stuff through. These bits on the straps I think are actually for a water bladder hose. And then the other interesting thing about Shimoda bags is this carrying system. If you can see here, there are bars of fabric that go across, and the straps are removable and you can put them on a large, medium or small setting depending on your torso size. We will see which of those is good for me. On the front, you've again got these straps to strap things to the bag, and there is a big pocket which goes right down, right to the bottom of the bag, and there's some stuff inside that. You've got a couple of mesh pockets here at the top, and there's a hook there for hanging a water bladder, and a big pocket that you can put one in. I won't be doing that, but it's nice to know it's there for those who want it. Yeah, so zoom out a bit and have a bit more of a chat about features of this bag and how it's sort of intended to be used. Hello everyone, welcome back. I've had a little chance to go through this bag off camera. I'll just cover a few things I neglected to mention before and just give you my general overall impressions of the bag. So this roll top is a new addition from the Action X series. The Explore line didn't have this. That just had a zip top. The problem with roll tops is always getting into them. So there is a zip there that goes through to the same compartment as the roll top, so you can access your gear quickly, but you also have the expansion capabilities of a roll top bag, so there's a nice sort of best of both worlds there. And the top of the bag, this is going to show up in the unboxing, there is this removable liner which separates the top of the bag from the bottom section where the camera cube is. It has these two big mesh pockets, and one of those mesh pockets does have a key fob in it to attach keys to, should you want. I don't personally use these myself, but I know a lot of people want to have them, so there it is. So that is removable, you don't have to use that liner, but it is nice that it's there. Going through that interior space, I also found this. This is a helmet holder. It is a little bit stretchy. The underside has these rubberized grippy dots in it, and the way this works is it just attaches to these front compression straps and holds whatever you like, but it's specifically designed for a helmet to attach to the front of the bag. I don't ride a bike and I don't do climbing. I personally won't be using this, but if you are the sort of person who needs to carry a helmet, there is a dedicated point for it, which is quite nice to see. These front straps, they do have a central loop that they go through, and what that means is you can either have one big strap going right across the bag or two small ones for two things. These side pockets, there's one each side, they're both stowable, they're identical, and they do have little loops on them that allow them to be strapped down with these side straps. These side straps are made of a sort of, I think it's TPU coated nylon, and they are both quite grippy, and apparently they are somewhat cut resistant, because if you're carrying skis, the sharp edge of a ski can apparently damage normal straps, so they are there for your convenience. There's also a couple of little mesh pockets here on the side of the hip straps. Those are specifically for food wrappers, so if you are going through the woods, you eat an energy bar or whatever, you can put the wrapper in there, and that way you don't drop it on the forest floor. Flip around to the other side, these straps, I mentioned before, they are the standard straps that come with the bag, and they are designed for men. If you're a woman, you can order a separate set of straps, which are better suited to your body type, and if you do that at the same time as ordering the bag, there is no extra cost. They come, it's just a separate set of straps that you order, and no more expensive than the regular bag. There's three different types of women's straps. Two of them don't have pockets, they're just regular backpack straps, and I think they're different sizes for different body shapes. And then you've got a third set of women's straps which are like these, they have the pockets on them, but the right hand shoulder strap pocket doesn't have this zip, it's just a stretchy expandable mesh pocket. I think that was because this zip wouldn't fit on the different shape of the women's straps. Those women's straps also all have two sternum straps instead of one, and that's just so that you can get a better fit, a more customized fit. It it's nice to see a company thinking of that sort of thing. I can't personally think off the top of my head of another camera bag manufacturer that does that. The only thing I can think of that's similar is Black Rapid, who do make a women's version of the strap, but that's just a camera strap. Camera bags, I think you generally just have to find one that fits okay, so it's nice to see Shimoda actually thinking of that. Looking at the literature that comes with the bag, it does actually say that this bag, the X30 at least, should be carry-on friendly with most airlines, and the bag apparently does have a 5-year warranty, and there is an email address included to let you know who to contact if there's a problem with the bag. Just looking at the bag, my sort of initial impressions of it, I'm generally pretty pleased. I'm happy with my choice of size. This feels like a very good day pack size. Time will tell if I was right in that. The bag feels very high quality. All the materials feel, at least at first glance, that they are well made, well put together. All the zippers are YKK, and all the external ones are these rubberized splash guard, I think they're called, YKK zippers, which, they're not waterproof, but they're gonna deal pretty well with almost any level of rain. This bag does not come with a rain cover, and it frankly doesn't feel like it needs it, but I shall let you know in a future video how that goes. Talking of feel, I generally like to test the camera cubes a bit in bags that I buy, and this one does feel pretty good. I would honestly say that if you need more protection than this bag has to offer, you should probably be looking at a Pelican case, because this is about as stiff and rigid as camera bags get. Talking of future videos, there are going to be some. I'm going to be doing a bit more of a use review where I've had a chance to play around with it, and there is going to be a review after an upcoming trip to Bali in about a month, when I've had a chance to really put this camera bag through its paces. I'm in Bali for 2 weeks, so expect that video in around the end of March, should be. So yeah, like and subscribe if you want to see that content. Thanks for watching.